Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, so today we're digging into something that's been all over the news lately, and let's face it, affects every single one of us. Food safety.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? You don't really think about it until there's a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And lately, it seems like every other week there's a new headline about some food contamination or some company cutting corners. We've got some articles here that really caught our eye, and we want to unpack them with you.
Absolutely, because the big question here is, can we trust the companies that are supposed to be keeping our food safe?
Right. And one company that really jumped out at us was Boar's Head. They've always had this reputation for quality, like the premium deli meat brand. But get this, they are weirdly, obsessively secretive.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, one article we found was saying that even some Boar's Head executives have no clue who the CEO is. They've managed to keep that completely under wraps.
That's wild. In this day and age, that's almost unheard of. And, it kind of makes you wonder, if they're that secretive about something as basic as who's running the show, what else are they not being transparent about?
Exactly, and that lack of transparency, especially when it comes to something as important as what we're putting into our bodies, well, it just naturally makes you start to question everything.
Absolutely. And it's not just about one company being a bit strange, right? We're seeing a broader trend here. This year alone, we had that huge frozen fruit recall, people getting sick, even some folks unfortunately passing away.
And then there were the recalls from Dole, Tyson. I mean, these are massive companies.
And remember that whole thing with Delta Airlines? They had to cancel meal service on some flights because of contamination concerns. If even Delta, with their reputation for safety, is having these issues, it really makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes in the food industry.
It's like, are these isolated incidents or is there a bigger problem here?
That's the million-dollar question. Are current food safety regulations simply not cutting it? Is there a lack of proper enforcement? Or, and this is a worrying thought, are some companies prioritizing profits over safety?
Okay, so let's say a company does have a major food safety slip-up. What actually happens? Sure, there might be an investigation, maybe they issue an apology, but is that enough? Are there real consequences?
That's the key, isn't it? We need to ask ourselves, are the repercussions for food safety failures serious enough to actually change behavior, to make these companies think twice? If not, then what will it take?
Right, like what would actual accountability look like?
Well, some folks are pushing for harsher penalties, like much bigger fines for companies that violate safety standards. Others say we need stricter regulations with more teeth, so to speak.
And then there's the whole consumer action angle. If enough people boycott a company because of safety concerns, that's bound to get their attention, right? Hit them where it hurts the bottom line.
Exactly. And that's why staying informed is so important. As consumers, we have a lot more power than we think. We vote with our wallets every single day.
Hmm.
By supporting companies that prioritize ethical and safe practices, and by speaking out against those that don't, we can drive real change.
It's like that saying, every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in.
Exactly. This isn't just about some abstract corporate issue, it's about our health, our families, our communities.
This deep dive has really been eye-opening. It's clear that food safety is everyone's responsibility. We can't just assume everything's okay. We have to stay vigilant, ask tough questions, and demand transparency from the companies we trust with our food.
Couldn't agree more. Knowledge is power, as they say.
So here's something to think about. After listening to this, what actions are you going to take to make sure your food is safe? Will you start researching companies more? Maybe change your buying habits? Or even reach out to your elected officials and demand stronger food safety regulations? Let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
It's a conversation we all need to be having.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll be back next time with another topic that deserves a closer look. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay hungry for knowledge.
See you next time.